We'll guide you through how to build your own to-do list in Google Sheets. If you find this useful, then consider subscribing and liking the video. Now we're handing over the video to Pausa, who's going to continue.
If you want to keep track of everything that you need to do, organize your tasks by type, set priorities, and know exactly when things are due, then this to-do list is perfect for you. This is completely beginner friendly, so no coding experience needed. So I'm going to walk you through creating a simple but powerful to-do list that you can use to stay on top of everything. We are going to create a nice title for your to-do list. Just go ahead and click on the cell B2 and then just go ahead and hold the shift key on the keyboard and then click on the cell D3. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select it, and now you can see all of them will be selected. Now just go ahead and go to the format menu, and then at the top just go ahead and select the option for merge cell. When you hover over it, you can see the name. So just go ahead and click on that, and those particular cells will be successfully merged into single one. Now type or title for your spreadsheet. So let's say I want to type something like GuideRealm Task Tracker. Now let's make the title stand out. So just go ahead and highlight all of your text just like so. And after that, in the toolbar, just go ahead and increase the font size to your liking. And you can see it will be successfully increased. You can also make it bold, italic, and to make it look more better, you can use the alignment option. Just go ahead and hover over the alignment and click on the drop down and set it to center. And now you will see it will be in the center, but you may notice that it is in the bottom center. So let's make it really center. So just go to the option that looks like a little drop down arrow. Just go ahead and click on that. And then here select the middle option, and now you can see it will be successfully formatted just like so. Now let's add some color. So let's go ahead and triple click on them to select all, and then go to the color option for text and select any text color. So let's say I want to go with something like a bit reddish. I'm just gonna go ahead and select that, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and select fill color to fill the background. So let's say I want to go with something like a bit greenish. I'm just gonna go ahead and select it, and now you can see it is successfully done. But as you can see, the title is not highlighting, so I'm just gonna go ahead and change the color to something that stands out more. Now we can see it is successfully done. Now let's create a box to show the total number of tasks that you have. Just go ahead and click on the cell G2 and then hold the shift key on your keyboard and then click on H3 just like that. Again, go to format and then make sure you select the merge cell option once again, and then it will be successfully merged. And now here just go ahead and type total task. After that, just go ahead and format it to center and then format it in the middle. After that, you can just go ahead and select all and then bold it and then choose some colors for it. So let's say I want to go with red once again, and after that you can see it is done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and increase the size a little bit just like that, and I'm also gonna add a background color. And below that in the cell G4 we will eventually add a formula that counts how many tasks that you have. For now, just leave it blank. Now let's start creating the main table. This is where your task will live. Just go ahead and click on the cell A5 and then type number, and in the B5 just go ahead and type task, and in the C5 just go ahead and type check mark, and then in the D5 type category, and in E5 type priority, and in E5 just go ahead and type due date, and finally just go ahead and type notes in G5. This header will help you organize your information. Now let's make them stand out. Just go ahead and select the A5 and then hold the shift key and then select or click on G5 to select all, and then you can make them bold to stand out more, and then select any color that you like. So let's say I want to go with something like blue. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and change the color for the text to something like white. Now let's start filling in the structure. In the A6 you can just go ahead and type 1, and in the A7 just type 2, and in A8 type 3, and after that just go ahead and select your three cells and then at the bottom, and then click on the circle icon and then drag it down to something like 25, and then you can see the numbers will be added automatically. Now we are going to add checkboxes so you can mark the task as complete. Just go ahead and click on the cell C6, which is here, and then go to insert menu in the top, and then from here just go ahead and select checkbox, and now we can see a checkbox has been successfully added. Now select the C6 and then drag the blue box just like so, just like we did earlier, and now the checkbox will be added successfully. Now let's add some example tasks so we can see how everything works. Let's go ahead and click on B6 and type the task. So something like review project. And now in the D6 for category, just add any category that you want. So in my case, let's say I want to type something like work, and in E6, I'm just gonna set the priority to high because this is work related. And in F6, just go ahead and type something like July 24. Now let's make the category and priority column into drop down list so you can easily select from preset option without typing. So just go ahead and click on D6 and then right click on it, and then from here just go ahead and go to the option at the bottom which is for drop down, and from the criteria just go ahead and click on the drop down and make sure it is set to drop down. And now start by adding your drop down. So click on add another item and then add another item to your liking. So let's say something like personal, and then add another item and then name it something like shopping, and add another item and name it something like home, and finally add another and name it something like health. And now you can select different color for different option. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the preset color and make sure each one represents a different color. So now when we click on the drop down for our category, you can see we have different options that we can choose from and then add it directly just like so. And now select the D6 once again and then click the blue dot and drag it at the bottom so it will be successfully copied. The cell now has a drop down arrow. Now let's do the same for priority. So let's go to priority and then right click on it and choose drop down, and then from here choose to add another drop down and set it to something like medium, and then let's add another for low. So I'm just gonna set the color for high to something like red, and for medium let's select something more yellowish, and then for low let's set something like green. So now just go ahead and click on done, and now you can just select it and then drag it just like so it will copy it all the way down. So now when you click on the drop down, and you can see you can change it to any priority just like so. Now let's add a calendar picker. For due date, just go ahead and select it and then right click on it and choose to go to drop down, and again click on the drop down and make sure it is set to is valid date. After that, just go ahead and click on done. So now when you double click on your due date, you will see you can set your calendar from here successfully. So let's say I want to go with 25. You can see it will be successfully updated. So now just select your F6 once again and then click on the blue dot and then drag it all the way down, and then you can see the date will also be added. You can always double click on it and then choose any date that you want, and it will be successfully updated in real time just like so. Now let's add a formula to automatically count how many tasks you have. Remember that G4 cell that we left blank, just click on it and then type this formula. Just go ahead and type equals to, and then just go ahead and type count A and open the parentheses. And then here, just go ahead and click on the B6 cell and then just write a colon and then type B and then the last number, which in my case, it's going to be 25. After that, close the parentheses and then press enter. Now this counts all the cell in your task name, and now the total task appear automatically. If you add more task, the number updates itself. So let's say I want to add another task and then write something like editing and then press enter. You will see the total task is now also working. And now when you have finished that particular to-do list, just go ahead and click on the check icon and it will be successfully check marked. And you can click on the drop down and set it to anyone that you like, just like we did earlier. Now let's make this spreadsheet look clean. First, remove the grid line. Just go to the view at the top, and then from here go to show and make sure the grid line is toggled off by just clicking on it. And now you can see the grid line are now gone. Now we are going to add border to create a clear table. So basically just go ahead and click on F5 and then click on your end column, which is going to be G25 in my case. Hold the shift key and then they will be successfully selected just like that. Now go to the format menu and then choose the border option. Just go ahead and click on that, and then here you can add any types of border to your liking. So let's say I want to go with all borders, and now your task area is organized with clear lines separating each cell. So I'm just going to go ahead and click off, and you can see the border has been successfully added. Now let's make your spreadsheet even more useful by adding a filter. Just go ahead and select the A5 and then hold shift and then click on your last cell. After that, go to the data menu at the top, and then from here choose to create a filter. Now you can see drop down arrows in your headers now. Sort and filter your task. For example, Let's say I want to go with for priority. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. Here you can sort by A to Z or Z to A. Now we have a complete fundamental to-do list, and every time you add a new task. So let's say I want to add new task. So first let me sort it out by A to Z. And now in the task number 3, let's say I want to add something like researching the topic. After that, now when I press enter, you will see the total task will be successfully updated to 3.